All right, thank you guys for being on our team call tonight. We are so lucky to have Diamond Ambassador Laura Robinson on our team call. And she, just like our other ones, she's going to kind of share her story. If you guys have any questions during it, go ahead and chat it in. So go ahead, Laura.
Yay! Hey guys. Okay, so I'm on my sister's Zoom because I'm still too cheap to buy my own Zoom. So I just log into her Zoom. So Donnelly Robinson's my sister. She's also a Diamond Ambassador. She's my level 1. So I started March 2014. I was a full-time ER nurse. And I saw my friend Kara posting about Plexus, and I literally had no clue what it was. I thought she was just like trying products or whatever. Didn't think it was a network marketing company, nothing like that. And, one day she posted about, we used to get paper checks. She went to the bank to cash her check. And I'm like, oh, there's a business part of this. Like, that's interesting. So kind of asked her a little bit about it, but I was so busy. Like, I literally was working 4 or 5 12-hour shifts a week. I worked in a super busy ER. Sometimes they were turning like 14, 15-hour weeks or days because you couldn't just walk out if you had a patient that was sick. And I was tired and exhausted. I mean, I was working so much to pay off student loans. At that time, I think I was 26, 25, 26. And I was going towards Monster rehabs, the energy drinks, on my days off, I would take 2 o'clock crash naps, wake up, drive, and go get like a huge Frappuccino because I was so tired. I just wanted like carbs or sugar to keep me going until dinner time. Like, I was just a mess, and that's not normally how I am. I'm usually like, eating really healthy, and that just, I got off track. So I messaged her one day. I said, okay, I want to know, what this Plexus is because I want to make extra money so I don't have to work anymore. So I joined pretty much immediately because I trusted her. We've been best friends for a while. I knew she wasn't going to get into anything that was a scam or something. So I joined without knowing anything. And I said, okay, how do I make money? So we literally the same day sat down at a sushi restaurant, and she mapped out the power of 3. And that was really powerful for me. She literally said, this is, if you add 1 person, you're going to get this bonus. If you add 3, you're going to get this bonus. We mapped it out, I think, all the way until Emerald. And I said, okay, I'm going to do this in a year. Like, I'll be Emerald, no problem. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, okay, how I'm going to do this. It was just a unwavering belief of, okay, if you can do it, I can do it. And so I joined. And I was I wasn't that powerful, I guess, on social media at that time. I had like 100 friends. If I added 101, I would find someone to delete because I'm like, over 100 people do not want to, they don't want to see me. I don't want to they don't need to see my family, whatever. But I started reaching out. So she said, well, you need to make your list. You need to make a list of people that you know. So I went through every single network I could think of. I was just telling Amy, I went through my high school, even my middle school yearbook. I think that little blurb of us going through our yearbooks in that what if you can change everything book. Yeah, that was me. I went through my yearbook. I dug out every yearbook I could, wrote down friends that wrote in my yearbook, and that was my connection right there. I said, hey, remember this? Took a picture of it, sent them a message, and that kind of opened up that conversation again. I'm originally from Southern California. I'm out here in California right now traveling, and I went to college in upstate New York, and then I also moved to Nashville, Tennessee to finish my my other college credits to become a nurse. And so I kind of had networks here and there, so I reached out to everyone. I went silver in about the first week, and all those silvers right now are jewels on my team. They stuck with me the whole time. And basically my message to them was, it was a text message. It wasn't even on Facebook because I didn't even really, I wasn't much on Facebook. I said, hey, I don't know what I joined, but these people are getting free cars and they're paying off debt, and it's a natural wellness business. I think you would do really well. That literally was like my message, copy paste to like a handful of people. So 2 of them got back to me, joined. The third one was my sister, and she actually lived with me at the time. She had my little niece was maybe 6 or 7 months. She had just gone back to work as a nurse. They had just moved from Texas, or actually in California at the time, to Nashville with me. They were living in my spare bedroom, and I said, hey, what's your social? I'm going to sign you up for this so I can get to silver. And I knew all the rest of her information. I said, just give me the last four of your social. Our social is like exactly the same besides the last four. I said, give me your last four of your social. I need this $100 bonus. And she's like, what are you doing? And she stood me up for like 2 or 3 days. She's like, it's a scam. Stop doing it. And I was like, listen, I'm going to get my car and I'm going to be paying this money and you're still going to be living in someone's spare bedroom, but it's not going to be mine. So you got to do it. So she joined and she went silver with me. Sorry, my baby's screaming outside. I got to make sure it's a play scream or like it's a play scream. Yeah. So kind of fast forward is I went emerald in 11 months, sapphire in 12 months, and diamond in 13. I went back, all the way up. I worked full-time in the ER. Even about 5 or 6 months after I hit diamond, at that time I was pregnant. I was really pregnant. I worked up until like the last couple of weeks before I had the baby. So I joined for the business, and I joined because I just needed extra money. In a year, I paid off close to $80,000 in student loans. And that was my why. I said, if these people are doing it, I can do it. There's no reason. I fell in love with the products afterwards. I was able to get off my energy drinks, my coffee, lose a little bit of weight. I just felt overall good. So it was easy for me to share. But I was very intentional with the business and I was very consistent. And so I'm going to kind of go over, that's kind of my story, nothing too crazy, but I'm going to go over just lots of tips and follow-up and reaching out, organizational tips I think really helped me stay focused all the way up to the very top. Like there was no stopping until I hit diamond. And I was kind of fast forward with that. So if you guys have pen and paper, take some notes. And if you guys are pre-watching this or watching this afterwards. So first is organizational tips. Routine and consistency needs to be 100%. There's no like, I'm going to work my business here, I'm going to work my business there. Like it has to be 100%. I gave myself 2 years. I actually attended convention as a silver ambassador. And I was sitting there in the back at convention the first year in 2014. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be an emerald next year. This will be awesome to sit up in these cool seats because you get like emerald on the back of the seats. And so I left convention like fire in my belly, on fire. I'm doing this. Well, I returned the next year as a diamond. So that was such an eye-opening experience that if I can do it, anybody can do this because, I set my goals really, really high. You don't want to just set goals to make sure you meet them. You set goals to really like strive to empower yourself and to get, ahead of yourself. It's a roadmap for you. So, routine and consistency needs to be 100%. Everyone's routine obviously is going to look different. For me and what I do for my team, I think pretty much a lot of people on my team do this, is every single Sunday we map out our week. Everyone's busy. Everyone works, has a husband, kids, whatnot. So I make my team all get planners, and I make them get the planners that are, let me open this up real quick. The whole, like, the month view, not just the day view, the actual month view. So every Sunday, we sit down and we plan our week out. So we say, okay, do we have a doctor's appointment here? Do we have to work these hours? Obviously, we put our priorities first, something that you can't do. So when I was working as a ER nurse, I had to work these days, whatever. After you do that, then you say, okay, I'm going to schedule time to get on a couple team calls. Where am I going to fit this in my schedule? I'm going to, listen to some YouTube videos. I'm going to reach out. So you literally schedule that time every single week to work. And it helps me and it helps a lot of my team to do it week by week so that we don't get overwhelmed. You don't want to schedule a whole month out and you're like, oh, something came up. I gotta, cancel off my reaching out to 10 people, whatever today. You do it week by week, and it usually really helps people stay on track doing that. So I definitely would try to implement something like that if your current schedule is not working for you. But work. The great thing about Plexus is, we bring Plexus and we can work it around our personal life right now. It's not having to, take off work to do something or whatnot. You fit it in where you can fit it in. Okay, so you have to have a work routine for Plexus. And we heard, and if you remember, remind me of her name that spoke at our in Maui, Carrie Wilkerson.
Carrie Wilkerson, the Barefoot Executive.
You can tell I pay attention, right? But she said when you start to work your business, do not check your email first. And that literally like highlighted to me, because she said once you say you're going to work your business, you flip open Facebook, your email, whatnot, and you check your email, someone else just like dictated and directed how you're going to use your time. They're asking a question here, they're wanting, advice here, or it's not even Plexus related. So she's like, don't check your email, because once you do that, someone else is setting your schedule for you. You're now looking for an answer for this person, or you're now, doing something else. So what I usually do when I work my business is I do my reach outs. I really try to reach out to 3 or 4 people a day. And it's pretty consistent, it's, hey, how, and sometimes it's not even Plexus related. It really just depends on the person, but I try to make contact and interact with 3 to 4 people a day. And I'll fit it in. If it's Facebook or in person, or if it's on Instagram, that's kind of my to-do list. I bought this book a while back, and it really helps. You guys might have seen it floating around on Facebook. Now I see advertisements, but it's a high achievers book, and it's amazing. So I definitely recommend it. It's not a planner, but you get this really cool like master prospect list here with it. And let me open up to a blank page so you guys can see. But it has the names, and then it has like where where you met them. Like, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, and you just check it. Now that really helps me stay on track. And then the pages look like this. So they don't have like the days of the week or anything, because sometimes people don't work every single day. But it has like a make it happen, and then just like a whole bunch of information you can write. And at the bottom, it's business and personal. And it has little check marks. And for some reason, like, check marks like get me going. Like, I literally like to check and cross stuff out. So you can write like your personal stuff, I gotta work, errands, kids, whatnot, and then your business stuff. And I don't stop working my business stuff until every single check mark is off. It could be midnight sometimes, it could be by 5 o'clock, but I'm very consistent with working my business. So if you don't have a planner, definitely get a planner. So, personal business stuff comes first too. So don't, if you have a team, don't go straight to your team and that be your first. You have to work your personal business every single day, so that you can go wide as much as you want to go deep with your team. And then, time manage, just really work on time management stuff. Doing that every Sunday, scheduling out your week is really helpful, especially if you have a busy schedule and you're working Monday through Friday. You can try to fit in, following up and reaching out with people. Okay, next is recruiting. Let's kind of talk about recruiting a little bit. I love recruiting. I don't want to sound like conceited or something, but I don't have a problem recruiting. And I think it's because I'm so intentional. When someone says add 3 people, I can find 3 people to add. I think I have probably close to 200 level 1s. Granted, not all of them are working the business. I would say maybe 70 out of 200 people are working the business. I add if it's wholesale or business. I'm not just one or the other. I feel like if they are getting 3 or more products, that's kind of my rule. If they're going to get 3 or more products, it's better for them to get the wholesale price, especially that wholesale ambassadors get that 6-day money back right now. It's better for them, and it's better for you in the long run because you're building your team. I would say 80% of the diamonds always say, I joined for the wholesale business and then I had great results, or my friend noticed something. So, I probably had better luck having wholesalers start the business when they had no intention, and then someone actually starting the business to work the business. So I believe in wholesalers. Everyone kind of trains differently. You have to just really do what's best for you. So I would say out of the 70 people working the business, I would say 30 of them are real go-getters. Like 30 of them are going to be diamonds. So, and that's probably my 20%. They say 20% is actually going to work the business and get it. The other 80 are just going to kind of hang along. And we need them to hang along. We need them. But you really want to be the headhunter. You want to be looking for those people that are going to fit into your 20%. So what I like to do is I use the colors. So I don't know if you guys have taught about the color chart yet. You guys kind of know that? Okay, so you want to look for reds. You want to look for reds because they are they're going to get it done. They love meeting their goals. Doesn't matter what it takes, they will do it. So I like to I post with intent like that. So I'll post a lot about the business. I'll post about how easy this business is as far as the startup costs. So I think if you want people to work the business, you have to post about business. If you're just posting about, the products, I want to help people, it's awesome, the incentives, you're going to get wishy-washy people. But if you're hey, I want people to work the business, this is awesome, you're going to get people with the same, style and personality and drive as you. I use the colors a lot. If I'm looking more to get my PV up, then I'll post about the products, and I'll share, compliant as compliant could be right now, right? Testimonies and my testimony, but then I'll be direct at the business, and then I can kind of shift back and forth if I want to add ambassadors or if I want to add customers. I would say probably close to 100%. Amy, it kind of agree with me if you think the diamonds are, we're driven by the business, the products sell themselves. And I think a lot of times when you're recruiting, you have to have the mindset that, we have something that everybody wants. We have we have products that are addressing some of the number one health concerns in the world: obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular health, stroke. I mean, all that kind of stuff leads up to that. I worked for a stroke and cardiac hospital. I'm a certified stroke and cardiac nurse, and I mean, it's amazing. It's a chain of events that happen. When someone goes through those health events, it's obesity, it's not eating right, it's smoking, it's diabetes, all that stuff kind of adds up. So we have products that are helping that. And if you have the mindset that we have products that are going to change someone's life, it's going to be super easy for you to sell or share. And then also we have a business opportunity that is getting people out of debt. So many people go to bed, thinking, how am I going to pay for my groceries? How am I going to pay for Christmas? I got new tires. I need a new washer. I need a dryer. We have an opportunity that can help someone. Maybe not everyone wants to be a diamond ambassador. Maybe not everyone wants to be, a jewel ambassador, but everybody wants to make an extra $500 a month. Everybody wants to be able to provide their family with an opportunity, to possibly maybe go to Disneyland or go on an extra vacation a year, or maybe the first vacation they've ever been on. So when you come across and you have the belief that we have two things that people need, you're not selling something, you're really reaching out. I would say my 30 people that are really go-getters, I reached out to them. I reached out and said, you are going to do amazing in this business because, and I list their characteristics of why I think they're going to be good. Some of them maybe turn me down, that's okay, but a lot of them are like, thanks for believing in me. I never thought that about myself, or I didn't really know that I could use these characteristics or personality to grow my business. So you might see something in someone that they have never seen in themselves. I think all jewels and even, people that are working the business consistently, you grow so much in this business and you have qualities that come out that you had no clue you even had. I did not speak in front of an audience until I was an Emerald Ambassador, and then we had to do a Super Saturday, and I'm like, oh crap, they want me to teach about networking. I don't even know what to say. And I stood up there and I was shaking and I was sweating and it was so scary. And then afterwards I'm like, why am I nervous? Like, all these people believe what I believe, and that, they're passionate about what I'm passionate about. Like, it's not a scary thing. So now it's very eye-opening and it's refreshing to and talk with people. But you grow so much as this business, and people might just want to join to work more on personal growth and development. So post with intent. So the business will only be as strong as the strategy behind it. And I listen to, I don't even know, I listen to TED Talks all the time. And I thought, what, that is so true, because business is always revolving. I was so stuck on Facebook. And granted, I have grown my business, I would say 98% just on Facebook. I just turned to Instagram. I chat with Bridget Ryan, who is an Instagram guru. Hello, 300 level ones off Instagram. And I said, I need some of your tips. Like, what are you doing? Hello. And, she's like, oh, well, just share my hashtags, add people, do what I'm doing. Well, I've gotten about 10 level ones, I would say probably in the last 6 months, just from Instagram, just, kind of creating a brand for yourself. So I'm really big on teaching my team about branding and knowing what their network is. So we literally do calls and little workshops where we say, okay, everyone write down 5 of your networks. And some people are like, what do you mean by networks? I'm like, well, what do you like to do? So for me, I have like a crazy obsession with tacos, like literally tacos. Like, I'll put anything in a tortilla and cook it. Like, it's I'll have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner sometimes. Like, people will post up on my Facebook about tacos because they know I'm obsessed. So I'm like, okay, well, number 1, tacos. Like, I'm a taco lover. Number 2, a mom. I'm an ER nurse, and I love natural remedies and stuff. So those are my 4 networks. So everything I post on Instagram has something, hashtag tacos, lovers, organic, non-GMO, baby wearing, breastfeeding. So it's capturing all 4 of my networks on one. So if someone's looking for a tacos, they're going to see my post, and that has brought in so many people. So someone might say, oh, I don't know, I stay at home, I don't have any networks. But they might love to sew. They might love to cook. They might be obsessed with cookies. They might have a friend that, is, has diabetes that she wants to help. Like anything that you're passionate about, you want to hashtag that. So that has really, really helped me kind of create a new strategy in my business. Another strategy I think is really good is going live on Facebook. How scary is that, right? I still think it's scary. And I just went live during I went live on the Pooh Bear ride at Disneyland the other day. But you look at it and you get so many views because people are like, why is she going live on a Pooh Bear ride? And then the next post you make is a business post. And those people that saw your live video are now going to see your business post. And they're going to think, what is she posting about? Like she was just at Disneyland working her business. So you really just want to post with intent and capture people's attention. If it's a picture of a taco or going live on a Pooh Bear, Pooh Bear ride. Okay, so constantly be, creating a new strategy. You don't want to, if posting on Facebook 3 times a day isn't working for you, you got to do something else. It's not working for you. Okay, so how you present it. There is a bad rap when you say, hang on, I'm burning my food. 1 second.
Okay.
We live in a 26-foot trailer, if y'all don't know. This is like my bedroom back there.
So you can reach the kitchen.
My kitchen.
I love it.
All I got to do is go like this and I'm turning my thing off. Yeah, so we decided, Diamond Ambassador, we live in a 26-foot trailer on a dirt lot right now on the beach. So, but okay, so how you present it. I think that is huge. And I think it's been a strength of somewhat mine and my network for a while is we don't say, oh, I'm an ambassador. I feel like it might have a little bit of a bad rap, or I don't say I work for MLM Network Marketing, even though I'm proud, it's changed my life. I say, I'm a brand specialist. And Darlene and I have said that the whole time. And a lot of people are like, a brand specialist? That's awesome. Like you represent a brand, we're like, yeah, it really is. Mm-hmm. So I wrote down what I say. I actually took it from a post that or a message that I was responding back. Someone asked what I did for work. And I usually say, I'm a brand specialist and I get paid to promote this amazing natural source wellness products and help other entrepreneurs. So I just leave it simple like that. And people are like, oh, that's interesting. A brand specialist. I think like if you go to events and stuff, like you see these Red Bull girls wearing Red Bull backpacks. Well, they're a brand specialist for Red Bull, or you see someone passing out samples of, I don't know, just random stuff. Like they're specialists for that brand. So we kind of switched that and we took it when we first started. And I think it helps people. People are like, oh, that's so awesome. Like you get to represent this brand and get paid. Little do they know it's the bad rap of network marketing that they still have in their minds. So it completely takes out the negativity of network marketing, of MLMs. It takes out the negativity of saying, oh, I work for Plexus. And not that Plexus is a bad thing, but people hear Plexus and they automatically put it in that MLM network marketing thing. But when you say I work for a brand specialist, or I'm a brand specialist for a wellness company, I get to help other people, they're like, oh, that's really cool. And then you keep the conversation going and then they see, actually what it is when they're ready to join your team, So I think, and it also takes the scary part away from them of, oh, I don't want to join network marketing, because you're talking it up and you're encouraging it so much. And then as far as recruiting is follow up. I'm crazy about following up. I'm probably a little bit too crazy. I've had people actually thank me for following up with them because they're busy. Like, thank you so much. I got so busy, or thank you, something came up. I follow up probably, I would say for, I don't know. I follow up till they tell me no pretty much. And that doesn't happen. A lot of them, they might join right away or they might join a year later, but they'll join or they'll buy the products. 80% is in the 5th to 12th follow-up. Coming in. I got my baby in a second. I can nurse him and do this. I'm multitasking. So, 80% is in the 5th to 12th follow-up. So if you're like, oh, I followed up with someone 3 times or 4 times, you're not even in that 80% market. You got to keep following up. And, Amy just did my team call and, she, I'm sure she says this to you guys, but it doesn't always have to be Plexus related. It could be like, how was your summer? What are you doing for the holidays? That's a big one that I just did. Like, what are you doing for the holidays? Any good traditions you have, just something to make small talk. It could be as easy as, how's the weather where you live? We're getting a really big storm. And that's just a follow-up. So it's basically not following up. It's you want to get about 5 to 12 interactions with that person and then be super active on their Facebook. So I target. people, if you want to say. I will literally probably pick about 10 people a week. Every day I try to reach out, to 3 or 4 people, but I really actively try to recruit 10 people a week. And it's not even recruit like, hey, this is Plexus, join, whatever. It's just being very intentional on their pages. It's wishing them happy birthdays if it's a birthday. It's commenting, on all of their posts. It's liking stuff. It's messaging them. It's really getting to know that person as a person and building a personal relationship, because you want that on your team. I would probably say maybe 80 of my level 1s, I had no clue who they were before Plexus, at all. But they're probably some of my best friends now. I met them, a lot of them, for the first time at Leaders Retreat, and I feel like I knew them. They're like, oh, it's, nice to meet you guys, but I felt like I know them because I know their whole life, because I built that personal relationship even before they joined. So, be intentional and, make sure you are, just kind of expanding your network. Okay, the next one is belief. I'm huge on belief. We probably preach belief all the time until you guys are tired of us all talking about belief. But lead with belief in the business and the products, because people are going to follow you if they believe the same thing that you believe in. They're gonna join you because they want to be part of that movement, or they want to have what you have. But if you don't really show the belief, they're not going to join. So the lack of consistency shows in the lack of your belief. If you don't believe in it, you're not going to be consistent in posting, or you're going to post the spammy cartoon stuff, or just not personal posts because you just have to post. You're like, oh, I posted, I did my work for the day. But if you have the belief, you're going to be consistent. But the lack of consistency shows in your lack of belief. So, remember that if you don't have the belief right now, for some reason, if your business isn't growing the way you want it to, or maybe not at all, or no one's liking your comments, change it up. Maybe you need to, add 50 people to your Facebook, or maybe you need to go on Instagram, or maybe you groups. But if for some reason that your business is not working the way you want it to, find that belief again. Go watch diamond documentaries. Make sure you know all of the diamonds. I know I knew everyone and all their stories before I hit diamond, because I watched those diamond documentaries over and over and over. I could probably repeat them. I feel like they're movies. I watch them for fun sometimes because it helps me build that belief up. And I watch them because I can think of people that can relate to them, and then I send them that documentary. Like, hey, this girl was a hairstylist, and now she's, a diamond ambassador, and she's making this much money. Like, I totally thought of you when I was watching this diamond doc. So, find that belief. If it's on the products, maybe you're not on the right products if you don't have the belief in the products. So, change up your routine. Maybe add something, delete something, take a break for a couple days and try to add it back in. See how you feel not on the products. You're going to want the products back, right away. So find that belief. Find the belief in your post. Like, you really want to post with excitement and urgency in a way. Like, you want people to want what you have in a way. And that might take a little bit, especially if you've been posting for a while. And that's when switching up your posts are going to work. Want me to take them? I'm going to grab this baby real quick.
Sure, yeah.
My business partner. He's on all my team calls pretty much. Really crazy hair. Okay, so adding business builders, that is a big thing for me, and I really try to strive to add 2 to 3 business builders a month. Sometimes I add it, sometimes I don't, or sometimes I believe they're going to be it, and it just they don't do anything, and that's okay. But when you're looking for someone that's going to be a business builder, they might not need it. It might be someone that doesn't need the money. It might be someone that doesn't even realize they need this business. But you might see something in them that will spark a highlight or something. So don't just think of people that, so-and-so really needs this business. Strive to look for someone that doesn't need it. Look for someone that has an amazing job already, a great work ethic, because they're going to take that into their Plexus business as well. And you want people that have drive and motivation. It's also sometimes when people don't need it, they stick around a little bit longer, because that $100 a month isn't too much to some people that have a great career. They already spend $100 on products. It doesn't matter if their auto ship, if their auto ship goes out. So find people that might not need this business, but might want it because of the perks and stuff. The network. If someone on my Facebook has over 500 friends, I'm messaging them and I'm saying, hey, you have over 500 friends on Facebook, and I work for a company that is really based off of networking with people. Like, can I send you an email, or can we chat about this opportunity? But they have to know about it if they have over that's 500 people. Imagine if 20 of them join their team, they can fast start gold. Or, imagine if 50 of them join their fast start senior gold. So, look at their network, and then look at their characteristics. If they say I have a contagious personality, they're a nurse, they love helping people, that's my message to them right there. I would say, hey, Amy, you probably have seen my Plexus post on Facebook. I'm so passionate about it, and I think you're going to rock this business. You're a nurse. You have that huge network. You have a contagious personality, and, you're already on social media. Can we set up a call? Like, you can really do great at this business. So, you're pointing out their characteristics and why you think they would be great at this business. And then also, show them the potential. Show them like why you think they would be great and what the outcome could be. I like that obviously the new income disclosure is out. That's amazing. Show them that it's pretty consistent with the previous one. And those numbers, you're not a nurse making over $400,000 a year, so show those numbers to people. Okay. Am I okay on time?
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so training. I'm really big on training, but don't overcomplicate it. I think that's the biggest thing, and I've fallen into that before. I've fallen into, I'll add 3 people, and I'm like making it so complicated to them. I'm adding them to way too many pages. I might be tagging them and stuff. I'm setting up, goals for them that maybe aren't realistic for them. And I've got myself in that bind where I'm like, why aren't they duplicating what I'm doing? I was complicating it. I was making it too confusing. So don't overcomplicate it. This is an easy business. Help them see that it's easy. I think the big thing is getting them to silver within 30 days. We really try to push that on our team. And I love pushing, like really trying to add people in the first couple, I would say, days or weeks of the month. That's what I do with my personal business because it gives them an extra month to work the business. So I'll give you an example. So if you add someone, say on, and this isn't saying don't work your business all the time, but if you have someone that you really think would be great, I usually wait and add them in the first week or 2 of the month, because say you add someone on the 28th. So on December 28th, you add someone. Well, they're probably not going to get their products until, with the holidays and stuff, January 3rd. Well, they're going to have about 2-3 weeks before their auto ship goes out unless they hit that 100 PV. So it's really, you're like, they're trying, but they haven't even got their product, and they get their products and they're like, I already have leftover products. So like, I'm going to turn my auto ship off for next month because I already have extra products. So what I really try to do is encourage my team to add people, really hard recruit in the first week or even 2 of the month. And it looked like so different for them. So if you add someone, say January 1st, they're going to have all the way until, say, February 25th, 6th, 7th, because they can, turn their auto ship back if they can push it back a little bit if they want. They're going to have almost 2 months to get to silver and work their business before their next auto ship goes out. So we really strive to add in the first week, get them to silver that first month. When they get to silver, they're going to make $175 in bonuses, $100 silver bonus, and $25 off of each welcome kit. So $175, that's going to help them. I got babies pulling my shirts down. That's going to help them cover their products for the next month. So if you have someone that's like, I can't really afford it right now, add them in the first week of the month and say, I'm going to help you make $175 in bonuses, and that's going to cover your products next month. By that time, you can get someone making almost $200 in the first 30 days. They're going to think, what can I make in 6 months from now? What can I make in a year from now? But you have to get them making some money. Don't just add them and dump them in a way. Be like, awesome, I got an ambassador, and then don't do anything. Like, really help them go through stuff. So what we do is, we help them through their network. So basically what I was just telling you guys, if they're a nurse, write down these characteristics. So for my level ones, if I add someone, I'll say, okay, what are your 4 things that you like to do? Send me 10 people that you think are going to be amazing in this business. And why do you think they're going to be amazing? And I help them come up with their message that they send them. And it's, calling out those characteristics. It's pointing out some of those people's networks, so why they think they would be great. And it's telling them like, hey, let's get you to silver. Let's get you, going with this. And it's being like, you want to be super encouraging to them, because they might be one of those people that they don't think they have it in them, but you see it in them. But pointing out the networks and the people that you think would be great really, really, really helps them. I mean, I like to do Zoom calls with my new ambassadors, and we'll share our screen, and we will, I'll have them show me 10 people on their Facebook who they think would be great on their team. And I kind of help them from there. So, and then their why and their goals. Obviously, you want to get every ambassador's why and goals. Your goals are going to, it's what's going to keep them going and helping to achieve them. Their why is what you're going to use when they get really discouraged, in say 60 days and they're not making that money they want to be making, or maybe 8 months and they want to be enrolled by 8 months and they say, okay, I'm done. I can't do this. You're going to come back and say, well, I remember, Amy, you told me you wanted to join because you want to stay at home with your baby and you want to be able to pay off this loan, and you quitting right now and being discouraged is not going to do that. So like, you're going to use their why to help motivate them and keep them on track of, what they want to do. Right. I'm sure you guys have a great training system and in play and stuff like that. And then, so what's your highest rank, Amy, on your team?
On my team, Senior Ruby.
Okay. Is she on right now, or?
I have is Michelle on. I can't tell if that's her or not.
Okay. So, for those that are, even silver and above. I mean, I'm big on managing your back office. Mm-hmm. I think your back office is really important. If you have one ambassador on your team, you're a leader. So I like to, every 7 days, I check their PV and I check every single backup order on my entire team, levels 1 through 8. Obviously, with credit cards sometimes not being entered right, or people's backup orders, they push it back. I log in every 7 days, the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th or 29th, depending on the last day. And I'll sort it by auto ship date. So the first of the month is at the very top. And I literally go down from the 1st to the 7th, every single person on my team. And for some reason, if their order's stuck or something's going on, I'll message them. And I also message, my liaison, or you can message, your the jewel upline or not. But I make a list, and I catch a lot of stuff. Instead of being at the end of the month, being like, oh, someone's order didn't go on the 5th, or this person, I'm catching it within 7 days of it defaulting or something going on. So I've been able to push a lot of points that way. And then checking their PV, giving praises for especially the new ambassadors that have, say, like 100 PV. They get their first customer in their first month or something. Give them a huge praise on their team page or even on their main page, because that's huge. They might not think that's big, but I know when I got my first customer, like, that was huge for me. And I remember my sponsor, and I remember even my above sponsor, Jen Leaf, saying, hey, Laura, like, you're doing so great. You have 300 PV. And I was like, oh, really? That's good. But her just expressing that to me and giving me a shout out, it made such a difference. So every week I have a leaders group, just a group message with all my leaders in it. And I'll say, hey, who's doing great this month? Who needs a shout out? And they'll give me names that I have no clue who they are, because, your team gets bigger. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, give me a couple characteristics, or like why you think they're great. And they're like, oh, this person has 2,000 PV, or this person added 5 people this month. And it's like, I don't catch that all the time, because I'm working a lot with my level 1s. But having, you going to their page and saying like, great job, you're doing so well, it goes so far. We say praises are better than raises sometimes. Mm-hmm. Praises motivate. Everybody likes to be told that they're doing a great job, or at least being recognized that they're doing a good job, because this is a new business. I mean, it's new for a lot. This is my first time doing network marketing. I had no clue what I was doing. So just my diamond upline coming in. Sorry, he's learning his voice. And, her coming to me saying, Laura, you're doing so great. You have 300 PV. Like, it just motivated me so much to get to the next 500 PV or 600 right. PV. Okay, so the last thing I really want to talk about, is kind of tips on, like, on what to do, like how to just keep going, especially if you're kind of sitting back a little bit. So number one is link arms with someone. I think that is the number one thing. Is it's so much fun when you're doing it with someone else, you know, and it's accountability partner in a way. So for me, with my sister, you know, we, I guess we say we have somewhat friendly competition, you know, so we both wanted to get to the top. So obviously, she's under me, so she helped me, you know, get there. But your team's a bonus. So you also have to start keep working your business. You're the team behind you, that's extra, you know. You want to be a present leader because they're going to do what you're doing. So find someone to do this with. It's so much fun. If you have a friend, or find a friend, or find groups. I'm really heavily in groups too. And I rebuild my network, I would say, every few months. So when I first started, it was ER nursing. So I got into a whole bunch of ER nurse groups. And then it was, I was pregnant. So I got in a whole bunch of new moms groups, and now it's, breastfeeding groups. And now, so now I'm traveling. So now I'm in a whole bunch of travel groups. And when you're in these groups, you just want to be super active in them. It's not like you're recruiting and you're posting in there, whatnot. You're having a presence in there. You're building up an influence in there by posting stuff and commenting, because people are going to, see your personal page, and then they're going to ask, hey, what's this Plexus you're posting about? Okay, so number 2 is no excuses. I'm big on no excuses because I worked full-time in the ER, pregnant, even after I was diamond. So I was super busy, super uncomfortable, had bad days, good days, and I still worked my business. So everyone's busy, so you have to sacrifice stuff, and Amy was just talking about on ours, Netflix, Real Housewives, whatever your vices, you have to, what are you going to sacrifice to be an Emerald ambassador? Because you're not going to, you can't deposit your excuses at the bank, but you can walk your really big paycheck there. I mean, Emeralds make really good money. I don't even know. The Emerald bonus, I think, was, what was it, Justin? Justin's Emerald. I think it was $1,400 extra just for Emerald on top of 1,500 pay points with the, 287 pay point. So, I mean, you're making a good, I would say $8 to $10 grand a month as an Emerald ambassador. What are you going to sacrifice to make that money? So don't sit back. You need some type of, I would say, influence in your life, and you can build that. If it's my taco obsession to, breastfeeding, to just posting random stuff that I see, and share people's posts. If you can't think of a good post, just come to my page and take one of my posts and make it your own. Don't reinvent the wheel, because we know what works. If you need to fit it to tweak it a little bit to fit your lifestyle, just do that. But don't think too much about it. I know I have a lot of ambassadors on my team that are I don't know what to post. I'm it's so hard to make a post. I'm just use my posts. We have completely different networks. No one knows that you took my writing and made it your own. So don't overcomplicate it. Okay, so let me see what else I have real quick. Okay, so a big thing is, I think people get discouraged. If they don't hear back from someone, don't take it personal. I think we heard Rita Davenport a couple years ago say, diamonds are here because, we've heard no more than you. I can't count how many times people have told me no or didn't get back to me, but we're also here because we recruit people that are better than us. So look for those people that I'm talking about. Recruit up. If you think this person's maybe a 4 or 5, recruit a 10. Go to those scary people first. Go through your whole warm market. Go through your yearbook. Go through, but don't be afraid to reach out to people. Okay, so don't be passive. That's a big thing too. So don't be passive. You want to be passionate. So you don't want to never say, let me know, or if you have any questions. If you have that, I go through, I met with a level 1, and I literally just make them open up their inbox, and I say, show me 10 messages that you sent to someone. So then I can see if they're actually working their business. They tell me they are, but secretly half the time they're probably not, and that's just normal. That's how people do. But I say, show me some of your messages. And a lot of times they are, let me know if you're interested, or let me know if you have any questions, or just let me know. Well, don't use let me know. That's so passive. People, they're not going to have questions for you. They're not going to let you know. But instead, so if I was going to Amy and I was saying, hey, Amy, I really think you would love this product. Let me know if you're interested. she's going to say, okay, whatever, I'm not interested. But if I say, hey, Amy, you have to join this business. It's amazing. You know, you're going to go so far in it. We're all so passionate. It's a great community. I'm going to call you tomorrow at 4:00. Or can I meet with you? Or what's your email? I want to send you more information. She's probably going to say, whoa, her like excitement is really positive. Like, yeah, I want to know more about it. And she'll probably either send me her email or, you know, call or whatnot. So be passionate about it. People are drawn to more passionate people than saying, you know, let me know if you're interested. And don't script it. That's another thing. Don't just copy paste and send it to 50 people, because eventually you know it's a script. I did that in the beginning and I actually sent it to some ambassadors. Like, no joke. I was like writing it out and I was like, I just need to contact my 10 people today. And I actually sent it to some ambassadors on my team. And then I was like, oh, I'm just showing you an example what to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. And another thing my sister and I did, we put everyone on Slim and Accelerator because that's all we had time to do. And that was like easy. We're like, oh, Slim and Accelerator, Slim and Accelerator. Well, that didn't go far, especially when the triplex got like its wah-wah moment. So take time to somewhat learn the products. Don't feel like you have to know everything about the products, but you know little tidbits here and there. Use the back office. If someone asks me about it and I don't know, I mean, it's changing all the time. I feel like I just copy and paste the description in the back office and send it to them. And then stuck. The last thing I want to talk about, if you feel stuck, you know, it's your mindset. It's really about mindset. It's about that belief. Reinvent the wheel. Try to come up with a new strategy that's going to work for you. Talk to a sideline. I don't know if do you guys do like, we call them operation groups. Do you do any like accountability groups or
sidelines? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So what I do, you guys might do this, but I had like an aha moment this past year. So I went to Hawaii the first year with just my sister, and I returned last year, I think with 7 emeralds on my team, which are emeralds and above, and it was super excited. But what we do is we do Operation Senior Gold, Operation Ruby, Operation Senior Ruby, Operation Emerald, and then it kind of stops there until they rank up. But we put everyone that's gold in the Operation Senior Gold group, and it's a Facebook chat. And then when they rank up to Senior Gold, we add them to the Operation Ruby, whatnot. But we make it really fun and powerful because we're like, how many points do you have to get to your next rank? Or if they do get to the next rank, we're like, you know, welcome so-and-so to the Operation Ruby group. Like, it's so awesome. And then they talk about strategies they use for that business for that rank. Every rank has a different strategy or different focus of what they're wanting to do. And it's created such a bond where when I first went to Hawaii, I felt like it was just me and my sister. I mean, we had, you know, Kara and Jen up there too, but I felt like it was just I didn't have any sideline friends. I don't know anyone on Kara's team. I don't really know anyone on Jen's team. It's just my team and below. So I didn't have any sideline support, where last year when we went and I had my whole team, you know, I had all my level ones were hanging out. Like, they had their sideline support. I remember looking over at the luau and my whole team was sitting together at a table. They don't know each other. They never met, but they have built such a relationship and a bond in these operation groups because they're encouraging each other. So if you don't have something like that, I definitely encourage doing that. It builds such a network for them. I don't want them to ever feel lonely at events and stuff. And I feel like sometimes people that don't have a support group, they do that. You know, they go and they're so excited to meet people and everyone's so busy, you know. But if they have other people at their rank and they're building a relationship, they really rely on each other. So that's it. That's all I have. Sorry, I took up your whole hour almost.
No, I loved it. It was awesome. I'm thinking I'm going to go back and like type out some of your tips. And I got to tell you though, I do have one question that I know other people are going to ask. So we have a lot of nurses on our team.
Cool.
And of course, we also have a lot of people who just work full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And we hear the excuse a lot. Well, you know, I can't do anything. I'm too busy. So how did you work your business when I know when you're in the ER, you can't be on your phone working your business?
I can't do CPR and then run to the back room and do it.
Exactly.
I had a pretty good schedule. So I would wake up. I had to be at work at 6:30 in the morning. It was a really long shift. So on my Sunday, I schedule my week out. Mm-hmm. On my Sunday, I would first find 3 or 4 videos on YouTube to watch. So if I say I wanted to learn more about like recruiting or following up, I watch a lot of like Tamara Holloway or Tara Castaneda. I just feel like they And now it's, he's so loud, sorry. Now it's Rhonda Shaw. I love Rhonda Shaw's videos. I feel like they're just very uplifting. I feel like I'm at church, like not in a way that she preaches, but just like she's very uplifting and stuff. So I really like that. But what I would do is I would save their YouTube links in my notepad of my phone. And what I would do this, because right when I got in my car at 6 o'clock in the morning, I would play that video on my phone and link it to my car speakers. So I had a 20-minute drive into the ER, and I would listen to 20 minutes of training on the way to the ER. And I would just play YouTube through my phone. So that's how I was fitting in 3 or 4 training videos a week listening. On the way home, I would schedule my training calls or my like recruitment calls, talking with people. I would schedule them on the days when I was driving home from work. So I would be driving home from work at 7:30 at night. So I would say, hey, let's get on a call at 7:30, and I have 30 minutes to chat about whatever you want to talk about. And that way I would literally talk with them through my Bluetooth on my phone driving home. And it's a great way, I don't want to say to get off the phone with someone, but you're like, okay, I'm driving, I just worked 12 hours, I'm pulling in my driveway, like, I got to get off the phone. But I was able to get 3 or 4 training calls in a week because I was scheduling them out around my hours of driving home. So that was really beneficial. And I would wake up probably, 10 or 15 minutes early. And what I would do is I don't do this anymore, and I probably should, but the team's kind of a little big, but anyone that had joined my team levels 1 through 7 that week, I would go in my back office and I would copy and paste their emails, and I would send them a welcome email. So it wasn't just on Facebook, and it was just very generic. Like, I'm Laura Diamond. I had like a script at the time, and I would do that before work on those days. So I feel like I probably got a lot more work in on the days that I actually worked because I was already waking up. I was already getting ready. I was already like motivated and driven to do something. And then obviously at work, I never recruit at work. I got pretty much all the girls in the ER on my team, but I never talked about Plexus. So what I did is I found that one person that walks in the room and everybody does what they do. There's this one girl, she's unfortunately not active anymore, but her level 1 is, so now she compressed to mine. So I said, but if I get this person on the team, and they were all part of Beachbody and Shakeology. Wow. And they were all running that, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't work. I didn't build it, but I was like, okay, like they'll come around because they all want to work out, they all want energy. So I kind of recruited this one girl, and I actually was funny because I blocked a lot of people, just like you, Amy, from seeing my post on Facebook. I literally would type in their names, like, I don't want these 10 people to see me, because I knew they were just negative, and they would be like, oh, your pink drink, whatever. And one of those ones was one of the girls that I really wanted on my team. So I actively recruited her and said, you could do this. Well, that girl got everyone else in the ER on the team. So don't think about who really think about who who might know a lot of people. This girl was the longest one that was working in the ER. She had a pretty good reputation. So I her because I knew she would get through to other people. Lunch breaks, bathroom breaks. I was posting as much as I could, taking pictures of my products. I think my Diamond Doc, there's like, if you see, like, we have like a big buffet at work, like everyone would bring food in. There was a bottle block in the middle of the table. Yeah. That was really there all the time. So I would just bring my products and leave them everywhere. I would get backlash a little bit. The doctors are like, oh, no. Like, just, there's, it's an ER. It's very high medically driven. How many narcotics can we put people on? That's, they're getting kickbacks from this stuff. So, obviously they're working their business. I'm working my business. So, you just have to fit it around your schedule. The weekends, like work, I really just added Plexus into everything that I did. So driving to work, take a picture with your pink drinks. On your way home, post about the energy that you had. I don't want to say fake it till you make it to like lie, but like fake it till you make it. Like if you haven't had your Lexus car yet, post about how excited you're going to be to get your Lexus car. Go to Lexus and take pictures with it. I don't know. Just post about, how excited you are to go to Maui next year and that you're looking for other people that you want to go. Like, you just have to post to grab people's attentions. We have products that work and are helping so many people. You just have to get them to join the business, and that's by posting about what this opportunity could be and show the vision of this. I think that's really big, is show the vision of where you're going, because people want to know where you're going. You know, they want to watch you. They want to know, you know, where you're going to go with this business. And if, you know, you're posting about, I'm so excited for next year to do this. They're going to say, oh, she's going to be with this business, you know, for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, really scheduling your training calls and scheduling recruiting calls and like time to watch YouTube videos, I think was a huge help for me when I was busy. And I would just post randomly throughout the day, like my lunch break, I never used Hootsuite or Buffer or any of those apps. I would just go on and take pictures. And a big thing I did was on a really good day, if I was like getting ready and stuff, I would take like 5 pictures, like a picture with my probiotics, picture with my pink drink, and I would use it random times throughout the week. It wasn't like I just use it then. Because I don't get ready a lot. I mean, I live in my pajamas. And
I do that now. I'm like, oh, I took a shower and washed my hair today. I better take all my selfies for the week.
yeah. Take it by your car, take it by your office, and then you just use them. Yeah.
Right.
So that's
when you're busy. That's really smart. I just do it now because I only shower like, you know, every couple of days or wash my hair.
See, life of a diamond ambassador is not glamorous. Amy doesn't really shower. I live in a 26-foot trailer, you know.
Yeah, so tricked all of you guys.
But we have really good bank accounts, so remember that. Right. You have to work towards that. So, all right.
Oh my gosh, girl. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You are so welcome. Is there any questions? Okay.
No, I think they haven't been. Yeah, lots of thank yous. I think you rocked it. So thank you so much. Thanks to hubby too, and the family and everything for letting us do the team call in your living room, kitchen, bathroom.
I know. Say hi.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Amy.
Bye.